Searching for one thing your whole life. And she's down there. Here we go.
Jupiter Ascending is a 2015 science fiction film written and directed by the Wachowskis, who are best known for the Matrix trilogy. It stars Mila Kunis, Channing Tatum, Sean Bean, and Eddie Redmayne. The story focuses on Mila Kunis' character, who is named Jupiter Jones, an average human being who embarks on an unexpected adventure once she meets Tatum's character Caine. Caine is a genetically engineered ex-military hunter who is tasked with locating Jupiter, causing her to become aware of her destiny. The film starts off really interesting. The designs, lighting, and camera angles are really good, but the story, on the other hand, not so much. From the beginning, you get a glimpse of Jupiter's life. It is one of routine, and I can definitely appreciate the daily grind. But when her world begins to be turned upside down, she doesn't seem to really react much. This bothered me, as she is often presented with so much new information relating to the universe, other beings, the Earth's purpose, as well as her very own existence. You would think that if so much of your understanding about life was being challenged, you would have a reaction. Maybe you'd be overwhelmed, unsure, or even concerned. Not Jupiter. She just seems to take it in her stride. Admittedly, a lot is happening in this movie, but not in the way you'd expect. I thought the film would be a sci-fi spectacle, but I quickly realized that the story was just a mess. It was very repetitive, as Jupiter is constantly portrayed as a damsel in distress. I also struggled to believe that she possessed any sort of leadership qualities, as she required so much redirection and saving. I think Tatum's character Caine helps me to care more about Jupiter, as she is otherwise an incredibly bland protagonist. He is her protector, and although cliche, he shows that he has weaknesses despite being this hyped up hunter. Tatum conveys his vulnerability well, and this transparency helped me finally connect with a character. However, I became quickly frustrated by him due to the fact that he kept swooping in and saving Jupiter. This made the film lack intensity, as I was never worried in times of distress, because the repetition of the story made me realize that everything was always going to be okay. I also can't forget to mention, the dialogue is bad and cheesy. The conversations between characters were often boring, as they lacked passion, emotion, or context. Sometimes I even cringed during the characters' interactions. One scene stands out in particular between Caine and Jupiter, and honestly, I just couldn't with that. Redmayne's character was laughable, as I struggled to understand what he was saying. One minute he was talking in this whisper-like voice, and the next minute he would just explode.
I want her dead.
I don't know what kind of direction he was getting, but that just didn't work at all. I found this super surprising because he has such an amazing range. Unfortunately, this role is not a good representation of his acting ability. The structure of the story also reminded me of a video game, as you watch Jupiter encounter three dominant beings. She sort of has to speechcraft her way through the conversations, or alternatively encounter boss fights. But all of this lacked any sort of significance, as it just seemed to be a tool to end the current act and move on to the next. It's really such a shame because there's a lot of creativity in this film. You can see that a lot of work went into it, but unfortunately there's not enough to keep you captivated. And the overuse of CGI can pull you out of the movie too. I wanted to love it, but I give it a 1.5 out of 5. Thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!